Hey, this is Black Titanic. Yes, Black Titanic in the house. Get you a copy of my book, Black Titanic. Now, get a copy of this book. Your ancestors who died aboard the Titanic. Well, welcome to the home of Black Titanic. Everyone is welcome. I'd like to thank everybody for supporting me. Yes, I do. Thank all of you guys for your kind heart, all your cash out, buying my book, just supporting this old lady. Yes, everything on this channel is allegedly. Yes, everything. Let me put this up. Yeah, get this started off with y'all. The disappearance of Linda still remains an unsolved mystery. Over 100 years ago, oral history has been told by the elder. Is that Melinda Borden was an unlisted passenger above the Titanic. She was traveling as a personal caregiver and with an independent European contractor. Of course, we must listen to the elders. Just listening to the elders lets you take a journey through their minds. And it's like walking through a library because they have ancestors' knowledge, because they have old untold stories. Yes. Oral untold stories. The elders got a lot of stories, y'all. Don't y'all let y'all grandparents get out here without asking them questions that y'all need. Yes. Let me graduate to her own graduation and keep. Yeah. Y'all talk to y'all elders. There are so many things that I wish I would have asked my grandfather and my grandmother. You know, they were born in the 18th century. The 1800s, they seen stuff. It's a lot of stuff. It's like most of the stuff that I wanted to know is there's a lot of relatives that I want to know about from back then. But I was just young. I didn't think to ask a lot of questions about the relatives from the 1800s, you guys. But hey, Linda Gamble, good afternoon. It's 4:59 Georgia time. Hey, Lola. Hello, beautiful. Back to you, Lola. Sunrise with Deborah B. Good afternoon, Miss Black Tiny. Love your natural hair. Yeah, gotta rock that wisdom to set in there, girl. That great. Yes. Hopefully you guys' day are going just fine. Yeah. But today we're going to be talking about Martell hoax. Y'all, Martell hoax is still on the internet. I mean, just hours and hours ranting about mail. His every being, his every mind is just absorbed with mail. And then the thing of it is he had a nerve to tell Mel he don't want her, but that's all he think about day and night, night and day. That's all he think about is Mel. And see, the problem is he looked up, seeing how successful she is, and she'd have left him behind, and that made him mad. But anyway, we'll talk about Martell Hoax today. And then Iyanla Vanzant, she talks about how she was a mistress, a child of a mistress. Her mother was a mistress. Then she ended up being a mistress. So Iyanla Vanzant talks about how that becomes a pathology in the family. Y'all remember what Arian said? My mama been around about. My grandmama been around the block. She said spin around the block. Yeah. So why not me? Yeah. Generational pathology in the family. Anyway, let me put my disclaimer up, y'all. Yeah. I hate it when I do this. There you go. Put the disclaimer up. Y'all talk to each other. Make yourself feel at home. Y'all in grandma's house. Oh, well. All right. Put the disclaimer. Lord Jesus. I don't know how to get that little thing down anyway. I don't own any rights to any song or music if it pops up. Also, everything on this channel is for entertainment and educational purposes and fair use. And everything on this channel is deemed allegedly. Yeah, you gotta say allegedly these days. Even if you know it's true, you cannot. Yeah, so hello everybody. Sexy Mama X60. Hey girl, good to see you. Oh wow, y'all giving me compliments because I'm showing all this wisdom up here. All this great. Y'all know my sister and my brothers, they still got all their black hair. I'm the only one that got gray. And then I got a sister that a lot older than me. She got all her teeth, y'all. The woman almost 100 years old got all her teeth. But I mean all of them. They healthy too. Anyway, really, really, really speak, sis. Oh, Karma Bell. Hey, babe, how you doing? Y'all know Karma Bell. I be over there peeping in at her too. Oh, Karma Bell, I was looking at her the other night. Martell had made her mad. She didn't spare him. She didn't spare Martell at all the other day. That was so funny to me. Anyway, hello everybody. Let's get started. We're gonna start off with Martell. Now Martell had this rant going on. And I call him temper tantrum. That's what I call him, temper tantrum. Lord have mercy, this man and his temper tantrum. Woo! I'm gonna go to my Facebook. Yeah, he just having a temper tantrum with Mel because Mel won't do what he say. Yeah, Mel won't do what he say. He said, "Yeah, I told my lawyer." The lawyer his own lawyer don't agree with him, y'all. Now he did say that he fired that other lawyer. He stole the $34,000, y'all. I gotta set this up. He stole the $34,000 from Mel, y'all. Mel want the money back. So he feel like he ain't supposed to pay the money back. Talking about, yeah, this money for bills. And have you know now, that was during the time Coleslaw was up there talking about somehow he done bought her this Mercedes Benz or whatever that is he bought her. But anyway, so I'm a woman too, and that's my husband, and I'm hearing that this woman is saying you done bought a car. You're not getting out, you're not getting that one dime out of our account. No, you don't want them to have that one dime. You got a woman all over the internet saying that you done took some of this our marriage money and bought her a car. You got this woman all over the internet saying that you flying her from from Ohio all the way down to Atlanta. And you think that I'm supposed to let you have access to my bank account. No, no, no. No, never again. You'll never get access to my bank account again, brother. That's for sure. But anyway, y'all, he's sitting up there trying to talk about mail and that $34,000. Talking about he fired his lawyer because the lawyer told him he had to get half of the money back. So that would have made it $17,000. He had to get half of it back. So he fired the lawyer because the lawyer told him that's what the law say. You know how Martell is, y'all. He didn't get the money back neither. No, he didn't get that money back. Let's see what this fool's saying. They not in order, but we just got that. This is Martell. When they questioned him about Knox, he said, "Little Knox." I should have turned that. Oh yeah, he said, "Little Knox." Let's see. Oh shit. Oh y'all, excuse me. I don't be mean to cuss y'all. I really don't. But yeah, he said little Knox was well taken care of, and Arian was a good parent when they asking him about Knox and Arian. Come on. Oh, I know what happened. I had turned the sound down. Okay, I can get in there.
I see Knox a lot, and Arian, she's a good mom. No one is perfect. Again, no one is perfect, and she keeps Knox. Knox, she's not too busy not to have Knox. Okay, if he's being babysat, that's between 2 or 3 people, and no man is watching Knox. Since y'all talking about it, like what? I can't get to the bottom of that. And again, too, Melody is a good mom, but it's just some issues that now that we're divorced, that we're just trying to get fixed. And if the two of us can't be amicable on certain things, it's like, what else should we do? We have to go to court. Because
I just want to say something, y'all. This man don't care a damn about Knox. He don't care a damn about what's going on with that little boy. And that's the real issue here. He had that little boy, and he's been a jerk towards that little boy, about what that little boy's going through in that home, cause he don't care what a damn about Knox, allegedly.
Yeah. Don't pray for either one of us to have full custody. Don't pray for that, please. Because the kids, they love their mom and they love their dad. And if you pray for anything, pray that Melody and I, we can get on the same page. Pray that Melody and I can get on the same page. Because we don't need any issues. I don't want to go back and forth. I don't want to fight her in court. Come on now. I don't want nobody else telling neither one of us what we can and can't do with our children. And like right now, my kids, they're a little bit more active, because when Melody took me to court months ago, when she falsely accused me of abusing my son, it's horrible. Oh, for me to read that paperwork to this day, it hurts. And the judge took my kids away from me immediately. And then for 56 days until we were in court. I know I mentioned it earlier on live, but I miss both my...
Yeah, y'all heard what that man said. He said that Erin was a great mom, and Knox was nothing wrong with Knox. She even prepare nourishing meal for Knox. Now this man, all he think about is himself. He see on social media that his son is being neglected, but his ego sitting in this car won't let him, say that he's really neglecting that baby in that area. Yeah. He knows that Arian is an unfit mom, allegedly. He knows that little Knox has been put on a back burner with his mother. Yes, he knows that. But right now, he got to look good for the public. That don't fit that great daddy image for him to get up on there and tell us that little Knox is being neglected. Yeah. It's all about it's all about this man's self-image, who he is, how he look in the public. While that little boy is really in danger in his mom's house. That little boy. Yeah. Yeah, let's move it on along, y'all. That's something, ain't. Let's see what y'all say. Vanessa Simpson says, I love your reviews about our history. You give us so much knowledge of things and people that we may never know. Yeah, I got a good one for y'all today. Yeah. Anyway, y'all, let me keep it moving with Martell Hoax. This pathology is passed down from generation to generation. I saw my mama do it. I saw my grandmama do it. So I'm going to be a mistress as well. That's what Iyanna said happened to her. Iyanna said that she was 30 some years old when she realized that her dad, she was the mistress, which y'all call it the side piece baby. Yeah, that's what she said. She said her dad didn't come home at nighttime. Finally, she figured out her dad was a married man. So, and then she grew up. That's what she knew. So when she got grown, she started dating married men. Yes. Yeah, Ivana tell you that. I got that tape. I'm gonna play it for y'all. Let me get back to old Egghead. Old Egghead and his self-image that he portraying. Sitting up there in that car portraying like he is a great father. No, taking them kids through hell is what he doing. His own children. That's what he doing. All right, let me see. Where's he at? Let's see what Mel say. See what Mel say. What's going on with the children?
A to social media, and I'm gonna keep tearing your A up from
this is Mel.
Board. So the narcissist is still using his kids as a supply for his demand to hurt Melody. Y'all heard what she said. The kids feel it. The kids know. I feel it too. That's why when I saw little knots in them kids' lap, that girl was forcing a smile. I don't know what went on that day, but he forced them children to babysit little knocks. That's what he do. He forces little knocks on those children when he's supposed to be keeping them, but the older children are keeping little knocks. Anyway, yes, he used his kids. Revenge porn, really? I pay attention to promises, not threats. I had 4 kids some kind of way with you. Hashtag wet. Now, what is this? How is that porn? Oh, boy.
Anyway, okay. So that one right there was Martell threatened to release a X-rated picture between him and Mel, and they were married. That is the craziest thing that I've ever heard. This woman got 4 kids by him. 4 children. She done made you look good. She done carried you through a business, had you looking like a businessman. And you mad at this woman because this woman has rejected you. Yes, he was stooped just that low. He was stooped just that low to release a video of them having sex, him and his wife. And then this ain't nobody on the street that you had no one night affair with. Oh my God. So he don't want to have no kind of accountability of what he do. Anything that this man do, he got lack of accountability. Yes. Yeah. And all he want to do is drag her name through the mud, make her look like she ain't nobody. This man is crazy. Now see, he really is a textbook story of a narcissist, y'all. Cause what he did is he done lost his mind cause Mel done left him. Now see, in the narcissist mind, they can leave you, but you can't leave them. He done lost his mind. He don't know what to do. How dare you reject me? Y'all remember he went on that tour and he was talking about Mel had rejected him. How dare you reject me? Yeah. He's toxic. He's a manipulator. And then he like to get on social media. Get on say social media and then start dragging his ex to boost his ego up. Talk about his ex in such a negative way. The children of his mother. Yeah, look what he said, y'all, sitting in that car. Yeah, all Mel got to do is agree and I'll drop this case. Now, his attorney that he fired was giving him some advice too. So, he like, no, that's all Mel got to do is do what I say. She got to obey me. Not to have her brother Marcus to babysit him and his husband. And don't have all these babysitters. Now, if Mel would just obey me, then, everything would be all right. But see, Mel is not going for that bull no more, y'all. She can't keep on just letting this man control her. Because even if she did drop that and did something else, it still wasn't going to be enough. Yeah, he got all on there. He was talking about, yeah, Mel was burning the house down. She had this gasoline. And she just pouring gasoline all in the house. She's getting ready to burn the house up. This him gossiping like a lady, y'all. Yeah, with that red hat on in that car. Go back and listen how he gossiping like a lady. And then I had just listened to Coleslaw. When Coleslaw was talking to her friend, the friend where they say that he was gay. She said he was gay with the friend, allegedly. That tape. Well, she said the same thing. She said, yeah, Melody is misery. She tried to burn the house down. She poured gasoline all over his clothes. That was out like in 2020 when that girl said that. And then it's 2022. He just said it today. Yeah, that goes shows you that he give her the tools and arm her with the stuff to say about Melody. Let's see what else I go. He is a classic textbook example of a narcissist. Want to bring his ex down now by putting a video up of she and him, his wife, the mother of his kids. See what y'all saying over here. Yvette Bell say, and look at your so-called friend. They are not helping you. Oh, Lord, everybody in here today. Hey, Sassy B from the AO3. Y'all know that's my home girl. I call her my home girl. Oh, yeah, Martell made everybody mad. Made Karma mad. Made you mad, too. Sassy T didn't give him. Sassy T was on Martell, too. Yeah. Yeah, all these bloggers on Martell. He don't come out telling us, if only y'all knew Mel. If only you knew Mel, you wouldn't want to fool with her. You wouldn't want to be her friend. Yeah. All right, y'all. Let me go back and see what I got to go next. All right. Let's see. So, went over that. Yeah. Let's see what's going on here. See, did y'all see this?
It's like, what else should we do? We have to go to court. Because
I just want to say something, y'all. This man don't care a damn about Knox. He don't care a damn about what's going on with that little boy.
Oh, y'all seen that one? Oh, Lord.
So Tisha's.
Okay, y'all seen that one? I guess I didn't show that.
I love y'all.
Okay, let me read to y'all something what the fans are saying. One fan, her name is Cynthia Gary. She said, I believe not only is he bribing them, but he is more than likely mistreating the one who doesn't or isn't reluctant to give up the information. Okay, she piggybacked on after Martell was bribing those children. Whoever gave him the best information, he will reward them. Maybe the one with the best information, he gives somebody ice cream, he gives somebody a popsicle, he gives some of them a lot of candy. But that's how he rewarded them, was whoever had the most information about Melody. So this is what this young lady is talking about. Let me go back over. I believe not only is he bribing them, but he is more likely mistreating the ones who doesn't or is reluctant to give up the information. That Mickey Ficky does not love those children. None of them. They're objects for him to use and control for his own needs and wants and for the show. Yes. Yes. Yeah. So these children is this man load to dump on. He has to dump stuff on that is gonna make mailman. So he using the children as the supply. Yeah. He's the children is the target. Yes, ma'am. They're the objects for him to use and control for his own needs and wants and for show. Duke is a whole evil devil and monster, and one would have to be blind not to see that he's sick. So, yeah, using the children. Yeah, that's what he do. He's being very, very emotional when he have those kids by himself. He's dumping all his emotions on them about, making them remember stuff that their mama did, or plant stuff in the head that wasn't there that they have to say that their mama did when they get in public. Yeah, those kids are suffering. This man is making those kids suffer. He's dumping on those children. Yeah, he's using those kids as his supply. Yeah, so let's see.
Who's finna have 4 kids with a bad parent? Shake.
Okay, here we go again.
Y'all ain't hear me say nothing but positive about this man when it came to parenting. And until the divorce, it was true. But since the divorce, the veil has been removed, and it's been a lot that ain't okay. It's a lot of hurt and bitterness being taken out on my kids. I can see it. My kids feel it. Now keep bringing your A to social media, and I'm going to keep tearing your A up from this day forward. So the narcissist is still using his kids as a supply for his demand to hurt Melody. Y'all heard what she said. The kids feel it. The kids know. I feel it too. That's why when I saw little knots in them kids' lap, that girl was forcing a smile. I don't know what went on that day, but he forced them children to babysit little knots. That's what he do. He forces little knots on those children when he's supposed to be keeping them, but the older children are keeping little knots. Anyway, yes, he used his kids. Revenge porn, really? I pay attention to promises, not threats. I had 4 kids some kind of way with you. Hashtag wet. Now, what is this?
Yeah. Revenge porn. Yes, Miss Rose, Candy Rose saying posted revenge porn is a crime. It could be charged with extortion and blackmail too. Miss Cafe, I can't hardly see your name, D. Paris. He's so miserable. He's reacting to anything and he's unraveling. Yeah, because his problem is male have left him. You don't leave a narcissist feel like you're not supposed to leave him. He feels like she should be happy. In his head, he feels like, he made Melody. Although it's opposite, Melody made him. Yeah. He treat this woman with so much disdain. He looked down on this woman. Y'all can see that? Well, Mel is an unfit mother, but Ari is the good mom. Yeah. Yeah, he looked down on her. But see, what happened is that Mel done turned the table on him. Mel done flipped the script. She know who he is now. She know who this man is now. He do not like that she done figure his butt out. He do not like that. So that's why he's unraveling. That's why all that rage is coming out, y'all. Because Mel done figure out who he is. Yeah, Mel figured out that she was sleeping with the enemy, y'all. Y'all know there gonna come a time in your life when you just unhappy, right? Here it is. You got this man that you've been trying to hold on to. He complaining about you gone so much. And then what he's complaining about, not that Mel was in the streets, or not that Mel was out there in the clubs. He complaining that the woman working too much. That's what this man is complaining about. Mel realized that business was growing. And when the business grow, you got to get in there and help it. Yeah, if you want to get it to a certain level. But see, he didn't understand that, or he didn't care. Because that's all he complained about. That's what he complained about now, y'all. He complaining that the woman worked too much. This woman have a business that she have to run. That's what he complaining about. But he have not told the public that he will pay to have a sit-in nanny for that. That nanny, all they need is one. Because the nanny could go to his house, and the same nanny could come to Mel's house. That would be solved if you so worried about all these babysitter, Martell. I'm talking to you. Hire a nanny. And you can shut your mouth. Hire a nanny. There's a lot of people in Huntsville you can hire as a nanny. And you got some wonderful kids. They're well-mannered, but you wouldn't have no problem finding a nanny for your children. Then that's how a man will solve it if that's bothering you, Martell. A man that's really, really, really responsible and mature, that's how he would have solved it. He would go out and pay a nanny for his children. Not come and complain to the public and use it to get custody of the kids. Shoot. But anyway, y'all, he's still trying to flush this woman out. Mel left a PSA that she would not be responding to him any longer. Let me see if I can find that. Because what a narcissist need is drama in his life. Mel done flipped the script again on him. She done flatlined him. She said no more. She done said what she had to say. And she will not be going back and forth with him again. Because y'all see, if she go back and forth with him, that man will be every day. That's what we will be seeing. Hopefully I can find it, because I did tape it. She so said it. She said that she will not be going back and forth anymore with this man. That's what he wanted to do. Well, I know I did right. I ain't see that one, but I do see this one, y'all. Look at this one. And sometimes it takes fame or God's blessing. Let me tell y'all about this one I'm reading. Tisha Scott done embedded herself into Mel's and Martell business. She wrote this to Martell, I guess. I'm going to let y'all see it. And sometimes it's take fame or God's blessing you with opportunities to realize this. She responding to where Martell said that Melody that ran all her friends away, and that God has took all her friends away. Yeah, that's what she responding to. So the lady is saying, I done lost it. So the lady is saying, Tisha just imposing herself into their business. I lost it, y'all. Let me find it again. Lord, I'm just talking. Here it is right here. It's going to start in the middle, so I'm just going to put it on.
Hell does this have to do with you, girl? Go sit your ass down somewhere. Okay, let me read that over to y'all. Alice Martin says, seriously, Tisha, what the hell does this have to do with you? What does this have to do with you? Girl, go sit your butt down somewhere. Nicola Bell said, this is the part where I judge Mel. Mel, you should have been unfriended Tisha a million years ago. She has never been a real friend. From what I can see, Tisha. No, she's never been a friend. And Tisha Scott has no business interfering in this girl relationship with her husband when they're talking about her kids. I'm just strolling through this, y'all. Okay, so since Mel is responsible for the creation of Love and Marriage Huntsville and the Scotts and Motel Hate, Melly has host so much, why don't they just leave the show? Honestly, I think they really replaceable. Let them go so the show can get back to its business. Say it loud. They really are replaceable, says Elisa. They don't give us nothing authentic. The fact that he spent her whole birthday trying to fight with his ex-wife, or him claiming Cherie as his girlfriend. Coleslaw better not go live. Let that man fight his own battles. Yeah, he shaded Coleslaw too on her birthday. Yeah.
We started from the beginning, but that's them piggyback off of Tisha Scott interfering in their business. Let me start it from the beginning so y'all can see what Tisha said.
So Tisha Scott intervened in Melody and Martell beef over the internet. Now, she wrote this on one of Martell's posts agreeing with him. And sometimes it takes fame or God's blessing. Sometimes it takes fame or God's blessing you with opportunity to realize this. You can be friends with people for years, and it could take years to realize they were never your friend.
So yeah, that's it. That's what she said. She inserted herself in these people's business, and then so did her husband. Now I didn't take that. Her husband did too. Her husband making fun of them. So I don't get it. I guess maybe since nobody's not talking about them right now, I guess they trying to, what y'all young people call it, clout chase. Oh, whoa, what to say? Tisha is still jealous. She can't see the big pictures. It's sad, Wowo said. Beverly said, please hit the like button. Thank you, Beverly. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Jonata Boyd, I don't think they should share nannies because he would be interrogating them to get information on Mel, plus he would never pay his share of the expenses. You know what, Miss Boyd? You nailed it. You know him, don't you? I bet you that sure would be a problem. He's not finna pay. You're right. Yeah, you're right. Very good. He gonna need one for his house and one for her house. That's just how they're gonna make. Sunrise with Deborah B said, Tisha, just go away. Don't you have an event to attend? Yeah, like Black Lounge. Yeah. Yeah, y'all. That man right there. I've never met into nobody is like that. Never. You get angry with your spouse, but they won't go that low. This man go low, y'all. Okay, let's. This is Ivana.
On your broken pieces.
Broken Pieces by Ivana.
Most of us have made it on broken pieces. Broken pieces of our identity. Broken pieces of our families. Broken pieces of our dreams, of our visions. We have made it on broken pieces. The place where we seem to fall off is having peace with those broken pieces and not wishing that those pieces were anything else other than what they are. Because as long as we want our pieces to be different than they are, we're not going to have peace, and we're not going to make it through. We're going to make it back to another experience, just like the other experience that gives us another opportunity to find peace. I had to learn about my broken pieces. I had many, many broken pieces, and I didn't even realize that some of the pieces were broken. The first piece that I discovered that was broken was my self-image, who I was and who I thought I was and who I had been told that I was. You see, one of the things that I learned in coming to peace with my broken pieces was that there are family pathologies that we inherit. Pathology is the study, the science of discovering what it is that creates dis-ease. And we have inherited, many of us, things from people known and unknown, seen and unseen, that create dis-ease in our life. And we go through our life living in a diseased state of identity, and we don't even understand where it's come from. I had a family pathology, a diseased pathology that took certain things away from me and gave certain things to me simply because I was a woman. And as smart as I was with all my degrees in education, I was still infected by the dis-ease of that family pathology. And try as I might to live beyond certain beliefs and situations and circumstances, I could not live beyond the dis-ease of that family pathology that told me as a woman I was not as important as men. That told me as a woman I did not have a right to have a voice. Now that's very strange pathology for a public speaker, that you are not supposed to have a voice. But what happened in my situation was I was able to live beyond the pathology by sheer brute force. I forced myself to do it. I pushed myself to do it, and the opportunities created
Yeah, y'all get it? Family pathology is what she was talking about, and how it took her years and years to identify, way up in adulthood, to identify what her family pathology was. And one of them was men's. Being with married men because she had seen her mama do it. I immediately thought about coleslaw, how, that's a family pathology that she has. Y'all saw when coleslaw was one of her latest live getting her hair did. The girl knew that that's all she would do was date married men. So one of the girls in the beauty shop was setting her up with a married man, a cat daddy. Yeah. And don't forget her rent. She'll tell you herself. She'll tell you herself that her mama did it, her grandmama did it. They all spent around the block. And she's talking about married men. Yeah. Let's keep it going. Now let me get to the part where Ivana is talking about being with the married man, okay? Ivana Van Zant.
Pathology by sheer brute force. I forced myself to do it. I pushed myself to do it, and the opportunities were created in my life so that I could do it. But deep down in the places between my toenails and my heel and my ankle, I didn't believe it. Just didn't believe it. Because it would mean that my grandmother and my daddy were liars when they told me you ain't nothing. Y'all remember what Arian said? My grandmother's been around the block. My mother has been around the block. Don't you spin around the block. Don't act like you ain't spinned around the block. Don't act like your mama or grandmama ain't spin around the block. Arian also said these married men, they come and dump these babies on us and leave us. Then our daughters get these married men and they dump their babies on them. Family pathology. Yeah, family pathology. And they said, go somewhere and sit down and shut up. Don't nobody want to hear what you got to say. Why you always gotta have something to say? Why can't you just shut up? You get on my nerves, your mouth. Why don't you just do something with that mouth? It was a broken piece. And only through the grace of God was I able to live beyond it. I made it to another place with that broken piece. But there comes a moment when you have to reconcile your pieces. There comes a moment when you have to stand for your pieces. And if you don't understand what your pieces are, you could drown. I came from a family, a pathology in my family was one of dishonor and dishonesty. I came from a family where people would look at what was going on, see what was going on, and then talk about the weather. Nobody wants to talk about that alligator eating the table leg. There's an alligator, he eating leg off the table, and you people are trying to carve the turkey. What is the matter with you? And y'all hear what she said? I bet nobody have never told Martell that he was wrong, that his sense of thinking was backwards, y'all. They just overlooked it.
Yeah, pathologies. Yeah. Yeah. And they also say that being narcissist is a pathology. You're not born a narcissist. Like what y'all see, this behavior that this man said that it's passed down through family members. Yes, that's how it's passed down. Yeah, let me see what else she say. Peace. This was called peace. This called peace from broken pieces. Peace, finding peace within yourself. That's what this is called. Here you go. Here go Ivana.
My mother was the other woman. I didn't know. So these pathologies come to life whether you have conscious knowledge and awareness of them or not. I didn't realize until I was 30 years old that my father never came home at night. He just didn't. Where was he? I don't know. He woke my husband, so I couldn't ask. And I grew up in that children are seen and not heard experience, so I didn't ask where my father was, but I married men who didn't come home at night. And it was normal. It was the pathology. that I developed into a pattern of behavior. Yeah. And I thought I was okay. But when you have a real serious, earnest effort and desire to have peace, oh, life will give it to you. But in order to get to the peace, you've got to go through the pathologies. So, you all know I was very successful, right? I really was. And I'm really good at what I do. That has not changed. That's God's grace.
Yep, she said it. Her daddy never came home at nighttime. Finally took her years to figure it out that her mama was the mistress. Yeah, she said she had to do a lot of work on herself to break that pattern. Just like, it reminded me of what Arian going through. All she ever seen was, women's and different men's with different married men's. It's a pathology. Just like a narcissist. This narcissist that we're seeing. This pathological behavior, emotional behavior, all these breaking down coming from Martell. Yeah, and then guess who we see act like Martell, that he already got it in him? Knox. You see how Knox treat his mama. Knox has no respect for his mama. He beat his mama. He beat that woman. He will rear back so hard and go to make sure that lick was hard as he could. Pulls her hair, bite her. Yeah. Pathology being passed down from the dad. What the dad do, he do. His dad got a lot of anger in him. Anyway, y'all, let's get on to it. So I'm glad that what's her name has shut him down again. She has shut him down. His ex-wife has shut him down. She is not finna let him unload all his emotional baggage on her. Yeah, she just gotta find her peace. Y'all heard what she talked about, peace. You gotta find that peace. And that's what Mel had did. Mel had found peace, and she's learned to cherish that peace. But she allowed this man back in her life through them children. That's why he know he can always have that supply to get back to her, to Mel some kind of way, because she got kids with him. And he gonna use that children as that supply. He gonna highlight all Mel's shortcomings. Yeah. He gonna try to embarrass her. Yeah. That's what he's saying. But one thing for sure, Mel don't care what he doing. She's not buying into his lies anymore. Nothing he could do. All the deceitfulness and all the lies. She is not buying into that stuff no more. It's over with. She through with him. Yeah. Anyway, y'all, let's move it on along. We're getting ready to go into the Black History course, but let me hear what you guys are saying. The Enlightenment is saying hello. Denise Ramsey and Candy Rose. Great seeing you guys this evening, and God bless you guys. Yes, what a nice greeting, D1 Enlightened Tammy. As it is in the genes. Yeah, we can inherit different things through genes. Yes, we can. Lord knows. This man is saying there's nothing wrong with little Knox. Lord knows he see all that rage that baby got through the video. All that rage he got. Yeah, they gotta get a handle of that while he's young. Oh, Nosy Rosa Graham. Good evening, BT, Oma, and chat. Hope everyone is having a blessed day. Yes. Rosa Graham, let's get those like buttons up, y'all. Get them up. Get the like button up. The enlightenment. D1 enlighten. Tammy C, the T on NPD and relationship blog with Tisha. I don't know who these are. One of the newest video talks about narcissists. Okay, females and males being unkept when they discussed it with their current supply. Yeah, they always need a supply of something, don't they, D1 Enlighten? They need a supply and they need somebody to dump on. So I don't know what he gonna do for since Mel flipped the script. She done flatlined him. She said, no, 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 no more communication with you at all. No more going back and forth with you at all. She done flipped the script on him. She done flatlined him. So he got to come with something else now. He got to find some other route, some way to get to Mel. You know, that's what he got to do. T said that man is crazy. He needs some serious help. But that's the problem, T. Nothing is wrong with him in his eyes. Did you hear what he said? The children don't need no counseling. They got me. I'm a well-structured man. I'm a good man. The children don't need him. Anyway, y'all make sure y'all go look at Ivana Yanzan. It's called Peace in the Broken Pieces. But you know, she got a lot of videos out. Yeah, she's going around touring and she's having a great time in her life. That woman turned her life around, Ivana did. So y'all go look at that video, the rest of it, that video that I was doing. Anyway, so we're gonna do getting back yesterday. We were talking about this was the anniversary of the Haitian Revolution, right? August 1791 was the Haitian Revolution. We went over there yesterday. So we talked about it's still August, the date August 31st, but there's another black man that many of us don't talk about during in August 1803 as well. His name is York. So I'm finna lead into how we're gonna get to the other black man that's been left out of history. But anyway, during the Haitian Revolution, you do know that Dessalines led them to a successful revolt. They became independent in 1803 from France. But see what Haiti did was they broke France. France went broke because number one, 500,000 slaves they had lost. Number two, the Haitians and the warriors had went around and burnt up all their crops, the sugar cane and the coffee. See, that's how France and Europe and all them survived off of those 500,000 slaves, sugar cane that they were producing. So they burnt up all the sugar cane. They burnt up all the good. France went broke. 1803. Now, 1803, at the same time, France is broke. They got to figure out something to do, how to make the nation survive. So Napoleon and Thomas Jefferson, y'all know Thomas Jefferson, right? They made a deal to sell the Louisiana territory. What is now is called the state of Louisiana is included also, but it was called the Louisiana Purchase, right? Thomas Jefferson bought the Louisiana Purchase from France. This is in 1803 now. Now, see, Thomas Jefferson wanted control over the Mississippi River. He was trying to get control of that Mississippi River anyway. So this was a great buy for Thomas Jefferson when he purchased the Louisiana Purchase from France. Now that expanded America. I mean, he made, I forgot how many millions of acres he got out of it, but they say it was just as big as Europe. That's how Louisiana Purchase. That's just how big the landmass was. I think they said you have North Dakota in there, Wyoming, South Dakota, and they had a lot of states that America purchased, right? So the United States paid $15 million to purchase Louisiana. Yeah. But anyway, the treaty was signed and it was announced on July the 4th that they had made the Louisiana Purchase. So the lead into the black man during this purchase was Jefferson needed them to go out and explore this new land. Remember now it's 1803. So he had a aide by the name of Lewis. Lewis went out and he got his buddy named Clark. Clark had a slave. Now the slave that Clark had, they call him York. York and Clark was the same age, so Clark and York grew up together, only it was a master slave kind of relationship, but they grew up together, right? But what happened was that York was very, very smart. They trusted York. York knew York, they depended on York for everything. York would go out and hunt animals and bears and whatever they needed, whatever kind of wild game they want. They just let them roam free to bring back home wild game. So while he was out, he was partying, y'all. York had made friends with all the natives, all up and down the Mississippi River, the Missouri River, everywhere, wherever he was at. He had made friends with all the natives and had gained their respect. They looked it up to York. So now, Mr. Clark is going on this expedition with Thomas Jefferson aide, Mr. Lewis. He's going to bring along York because he knows in his head he has no way to survive. They knew they couldn't survive without York. They didn't know nothing about the waters. They didn't know nothing about hunting. So they needed York. They took York along the Lewis and Clark expedition to explore. One of Jefferson's commandments was that they try to find some kind of water connection. Mr. Jefferson want to control all the water, y'all. Check this out. Control all the waters. He finally got the Mississippi River. Because y'all know that Mississippi River was very important. That's where they traded goods. It's like your freeway. Like today we got freeways. Well, that was their freeway, the Mississippi River. They did business and traded goods up and down that freeway, up and down the Mississippi River. So he wanted them to find another route. Another route. He was trying to get somewhere else, but he wanted them to explore the land, the new land, and especially see if they can find water connection. So they goes on and try to explore. And while they were exploring, the Indians wouldn't let them through. The Native Americans, they didn't have, they were beefing with the Native Americans. But when they saw that York was with them, York, they respected York, so they would allow them to travel through the territories because of York, the black guy. Then they didn't know their way around. York was guiding them all through the woods in the wilderness, looking for whatever they were doing. They were just exploring the earth. They had to use York. Now, it was during the winter time. I don't know why would they pick the winter time to go out and explore. That don't make no sense. But it was during the winter time and it was cold. They was out in the wilderness and they couldn't hardly survive. If it went for York, all their butts would have died. They was out there starving. Of course, they had to depend on York. York go out and find some wild game, come back and cook it for them. York go make a fire. And then they get sick, right? They get sick. They don't know which plant to use. Of course, y'all know that our ancestors always have had knowledge of the plants. So he had knowledge of what plants was good, what plants wouldn't. They had to rely on him on that. When they got sick, he had to use the plants to heal them. While now, y'all, it took them 2.5 years to explore. So y'all know they were getting sick out there. Yeah. And then some of the plants, they didn't have food with them. They had to depend on him to show them what plants was edible and what plants wasn't. And then they're gonna call a man illiterate. But they every bit of their movement, they are dependent on York. I got to show y'all York. Yeah, I'm just setting the stage up for y'all. Yeah, York. Have y'all read about the Lewis and Clark expedition in school? Yeah, but they won't talk about York now. They never talk about the black man. They just always talk about how they was navigators and great explorers, and never talked about the black guy named York. I had to get it from my grandpa. Well, I know about York during the day, back in the day, black people, they had to tell their own stories. They talked about York back in the day. That's how we knew about York and the Lewis and the Clark expedition, was through the communities, through the black communities, not through the book. They won't tell it in the books. But anyway, getting back to York, York did everything. And the Indians, the native, they respected York so highly. They call him Big Medicine. They call him Big Medicine because they say he was a tall, muscular guy, but he was very, very strong. And they had a lot of respect for him. But the authors will say that they were just amazed to see a black man. And I'm like, that's just what the author is saying. But, most of the Indians was black that looked like us, me and you anyway. Yeah, let me put him up there. So York led these white people through the Lewis and Clark expedition, but they took credit for it, right? When York got back home, they were greeted as heroes. Everybody except for York. They got money, they got land, they got a lot of stuff, the guys that was with him, but York had to go back into servitude. Mr. Clark wouldn't even set him free. Anyway, so I'm just going through it briefly, then I'm gonna let y'all hear it. Yeah, and so after York got off the expedition, no longer was he be his slave anymore. He wouldn't do nothing Mr. Clark said. Mr. Clark, no, I'm gonna call him Mr. Clark. He was his slave master. He wouldn't do nothing he say anymore because he wanted his freedom. They had took him away from his wife. He had a wife, y'all. Was away from his wife 2.5 years trying to help them out. And yeah, when he got back, everybody got rewarded except for him. Everybody was seen as a superhero except for him. Yeah. And so finally, he just quit working. They wanted, Mr. Jefferson wanted them to, President Jefferson wanted Lewis and Clark to go on another explorer expedition, but York refused. No, York like, no, y'all would not use me again. Never no more. All I asked for my freedom. Y'all want to give me my freedom. They get him not one dime for helping them, so he wouldn't go. So they knew that they couldn't make it through the land because them Indians were gonna kill them if they go through that territory. Any of those territories without York, those Indians were gonna kill them. Because the only reason they was alive, going through exploring those lands, which was Indian territory, was because of York, and they knew that. And they also knew they couldn't survive out there without York. They wouldn't even know which plants to eat. If they got sick or something out there, they wouldn't know which plants that would heal them. But anyway, he got mad. Mr. Clark got mad and sold York. Anyhow, that's what he did, sold York. But they had a story that York ended up going back to the whoever he sold them to set him free, and York ended up staying with the natives, the Indians. Yeah, said he ended up being an Indian chief. So let me go on and let y'all hear this. Let me let y'all see York. But yeah, that's all that tied into the Haitian Revolution, y'all. Because if it went for the Haitian Revolution, I wouldn't have never knew about York. After the Haitian bankrupt Europe and France, then they had to go sell Louisiana, the Louisiana Purchase, and that's how York came into view. Because York was one of the exploring the new land. Yeah, York. Did y'all ever heard of York before? Oh yeah, they say his mama name is Rose, and his daddy name they call him Old York. They didn't. I don't know whatever last name they slave master was. Must have been their last name, but so they had. I don't know if they went by Clark or what. But let me just get on. Let y'all see York. This is York right here.
Dangerously ill. We attempt in vain to relieve him. I'm much concerned for his situation. Every man is attentive to him. York principally. William Clark. Captain Clark!
York also demonstrated his loyalty and concern when he frantically searched for Clark, the traitor Charbonneau, Sacagawea, and her infant son, all of whom had almost drowned during a flash flood at Great Falls.
Captain Clark! We at length reached the top of the hill safe, where I found my servant in search of us, greatly agitated for our welfare. William Clark. Captain Clark!
But York's presence on the expedition may have been most valuable when it came to their dealings with the various native peoples they encountered.
Those Indians were much astonished at my servant. They never saw a black man before. All flocked around him and examined him from top to toe, and called him the Big Medicine. William Clark.
Because York was black, and because many of the Indian tribes sort of held that color as a warrior color, he was seen as having immediate authenticity and respect with the Indian tribes, and so he could play a role of emissary between those two groups.
There are points in the expedition where the very survival and success of the expedition depended on the loyalty of York. At one point, they had no food, they had very few trade goods, they needed the goodwill of the native population simply for their survival. And in those circumstances, York rose to the fore as one of the individuals who really allowed that expedition to proceed.
When you look at the oral tradition, and you look at our suspicions about these travelers, one of the most notable things that you'll find in tribes from the Dakotas to the west is our fascination with York. Absolute fascination with York. The color of his skin, the fact that he was apart from the rest of the men, he was not like the rest of the men in many respects, was not wasted on us. And his skill, being a man's man in Indian country is really important.
A strong, capable, responsible member of the party. That's generally how the journals and native oral tradition portray York. And yet, in later years, some references inadvertently provided fodder for racial caricature. For example, It's been noted that the Mandan Indians were impressed with York's agility and ability to dance. Several authors took the image of a dancing York and transformed him into a buffoon, reinforcing the prejudices of the day. The ferocity in York's face faded to startled innocence. Cruzat struck up the fiddle, and York...
Yes, that's York, y'all. They're talking about York and how important he was in leading Lewis and Clark expedition and how he led it to success. But racism was involved. You know, they start calling this man all kinds of black bears, call him lazy, call him ugly. You know, this is just what they did. They never gave this man his rightful place that he deserved. But did y'all see that statue? Pay attention to the statue now. They got Lewis and Clark. They got Lewis and Clark standing and got him bending in a subservient position. I just want to find this statue right here. Look at this statue, y'all. This is the meaning. They got the two white men standing up in a superior position. They got the black man on his knees with the dog, been reduced down to an animal. Now, the black man is the one that led them successfully. You know, he was the one that did everything. They didn't do anything. They just tagged along and was white and got the credit. But see, this right here ain't right. This in a Smithsonian, yeah, in the Smithsonian Museum. How they picture that man on his knees in an inferior position. Look at that. Racism. That's how they got him in the Smithsonian. But let me read to y'all what it say. Yeah, I'm just gonna read a little bit out of this. York is an explorer from 1770 to 75. He was an American explorer and historic figure, being the only African American member of the Lewis and Clark expedition. He participated in the entire exploration and made significant contribution to its success. He was the first African American to cross the continent and see the Pacific. He has become an American icon, and several monuments depicting him were erected honoring his legacy. So, a lot of black historians did not like that, the way they had him. So they redid it. And this is one right here where they redid it and made York by himself. Yeah, that's York right there. That's York. And what they said, the statue is in Louisville, Kentucky. That these are blacks that had to resurrect, get this man the honor that he deserved. Yes. So we're talking about York, y'all. Hopefully you learn something. Cause when your kids go to school now, they gonna read about the Lewis and Clark expedition, but they won't read about York. Y'all teach York to your children. Go and look. Y'all go read it. It's right there. What you call it in the Winnipeg or the library or whatever you call. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let me show y'all this statue. Turn it down. Y'all not gonna hear nothing because I didn't want to get no copyright. But I'm just gonna show y'all the new statue that black people done pitched in and got a new statue for him. I guess y'all, let me see. Anyway, there it is. This is what we have. It's no sound. I cut the sound down, but he's talking about that how he did not like the way they depicted this man. That this man was very, very great. This black man right here, there you go. This black man right here, York, explorer, very intelligent man, and yet he go down in history as being illiterate. Now they call him illiterate, but they didn't know how to travel. Them white boys, Lewis and Clark, didn't know how to travel. They knew nothing about the land. Nothing about it. They couldn't have survived without him. And Thomas Jefferson could have gave him his freedom. Yeah, Thomas Jefferson. He did it for Thomas Jefferson too. Thomas Jefferson refused to give him his freedom, and Clark, who he grew up with, refused to give him his freedom. So now they call him illiterate. Yeah, this what got me when they said they was talking about York. They call York black as a bear. Now I'm tell y'all, this is how they describing him. Yeah, he was illiterate. He was illiterate, but he was black as a bear. Every time I think of a bear, I think of York. And then I'm like, well, okay, well, York saved them from drowning, right? They trying to cross the river, the Mississippi River, and then some of them almost drowned. He saved them from drowning. He saved them from the American Indians. Them Indians want to kill them. The Indians did not like Lewis and Clark or none of them white folks coming on their land. They was exploring that land, and they knew that if they out there exploring their land, they trying to take it. So he saved them from the Indians, right? Their survival had to depend on this man. Yet they say he was illiterate. Even when they didn't have no food to eat, they had to depend on him. There were plenty of plants around. They had to depend on him to tell them what plants they could eat. But they say he illiterate. Yeah, who's the illiterate? They know nothing. But they're going to call a black man illiterate, but they have no knowledge of nothing. But that's what the black guy was explaining in that video, that he did not like how they keep portraying him. But of course, we know that's just a lot of racism. So let me just tell y'all this, that Mississippi, that Louisiana purchase that Thomas Jefferson bought was very critical. If not, America wouldn't be able to survive. He needed that Mississippi River. That's what he needed. Yeah. But I know one thing, the slaves said, don't get caught on that Mississippi River. Yeah. Don't ever get caught on that Mississippi River. That's what the slaves said, the worst thing you could do when you trying to get escape. Because they have all these that was the passageway, the freeway. Don't go down there. Trying to escape, John. John trying to escape to his freedom. Don't get caught on that Mississippi River. Yeah, my grandfather born in 1800. He said, no, don't ever get caught on that Mississippi River. No, that's not the route to go. You want to escape to slavery. All right, let me see what y'all saying. The enlightened, yes, Auntie Alma York was named after his original owner. So how much slaves contribute to so many vast amount of things in the country, and yet whites are credited with the rewards and fame. Yeah, everything around here we invented, but they don't even know it. Just like I'm thinking about Miss West, the one that invented this, what y'all call this map that we use now. I forgot what the GPS. Yeah, that black woman invented this GPS and it's quiet as a mouse. Yeah, the Vita said, love your natural hair look. Thanks. The Black Bumblebee. Hey, Black Bumblebee. Tyra Daniel, let's go for a 20 minutes walk. Oh, y'all talking to each other. Okay, Miss Dyer. D1 enlightenment. Now, Rail York would have been abused and eventually killed had he done that. Understand though? Yeah, yeah. But you know what? York had got to where he didn't care. Once York came back, Miss D1 enlightenment. When York came back out off of that expedition, he wanted his freedom. He just wanted his wife and be left alone. He didn't even care whether he died or not at that time. I guess he said, "Give me freedom or give me death." Yeah, he started really rebelling. He refused to do anything for that family anymore. They whooped him. They talked about how they beat him near to death. He still wouldn't do nothing for him. But you know, that's just how hateful the society was towards us. They saw us as animals. Yeah. How dare you want your freedom? What's wrong with you? That's what Clark was. The Clark wondering what the hell wrong with this man? Talking about some freak. He got a wife over there. You got a wife over there now. He gotta get permission for him even to go see his wife, but the wife worked on another plantation. So he had to get permission when he can go see his wife and when he can't. All that kind of mess. Yeah. Jonita Boy says, standing strong, York, Black History. Yeah, York. So this is August the 31st. This is the month of August that we celebrated the Haitian Revolution. And of course, we couldn't go out without talking about York. York was right there. 1803, York was. So let me just get y'all, I'm finna go. And I want to just thank y'all so much for everything. Go through my files and see if I missed anything. Yeah. Oh boy. This Martell is something else, y'all. I'm getting tired of that man. I'm tired of him. And do y'all know that as Carlos as being a producer, he gotta shut him down. He got to get that man off his show because he's unhinged, and I'm afraid he might hurt Melody. This getting out of hand, y'all. He might hurt Melody, and Coleslaw still ain't out of his reach neither. She mad. He on her birthday, he telling everybody that Sheree his woman. She a bad bee. He say, yeah. He not only is he's shading Coleslaw too. Coleslaw, he said that Cherie, the old lady, is his lady Coleslaw. Yeah. Let's see if I missed anything. Sometimes I miss stuff. Tomorrow I'm gonna do the collector bill. I was gonna do them today, but I'll do them tomorrow, y'all. Yeah, that's something. I did miss this one. Did y'all? Yeah, y'all seen that one. Oh, y'all want to show y'all. This her without the filters. Look. This her without her filter. She don't have that filter on, y'all. It didn't come through too good. Y'all see that? She always hide behind a filter. But yes, she's supposed to be so pretty. Yeah, I'm trying to see literally. Okay, yeah, here. Yeah, I missed this one, y'all. Let me let y'all see this one. Oh, shoot. Oh, boy. I hate it when I do this. I done lost my place again. Yeah, but when the cousin was defending Melody. She got tired of him talking about, about that birthday party. Yeah, that's what that is about. That's what I'm looking for. Here it is. Male cousin set the record straight. He still was a no-show. That was she saying. Okay. Well, I don't have no sound, man.
Because at the time, that was when he had the 56-day suspension from his children. So he said some pretty nasty things, called her all kinds dark-hearted, and said she was a liar. But then this is her cousin saying, Jamala Roger, male cousin, saying, how many times have she had to call the police? How many times I literally begged her to get a restraining order because he was doing stuff that was scary ASF. Hell, I even gotten threats and told he's $1 million ninja. Like that was gonna make me act like a good girl. It's no storyline. I honestly wish it was. It's been real life for years. Y'all just getting to witness the meltdown publicly this time. Yeah, so Jamala is decided to come out. She's tired of Martell. Yeah, Melody never revealed nothing about calling the police on this man, but you know, everybody in Huntsville knew that she called the police on him plenty of times, and that he do have a temper, which also coleslaw. Also at her house, her residence where she lives at. Yeah, they called the police on him too. That's allegedly why she got put out. So it says, she wrote, when you're going through the storms, the breezes in your life will always reveal itself. Hashtag curtains call. PSA, I love y'all, but before it begins, I don't care what's happening on the other side. I've said everything I wanted to say for now, so I won't be responding with social media posts. So she ain't not going to be responding. She decided to cut this man off, period. Yeah, she flatlined him. That's a great way to end this. I won't be responding to you. You will not dump all that mess on me like I'm a trash can. No, she flatlined him. She flipped the script on him. Yeah, remember the Nazis always need a supply of something. They always need a target. Yeah. But Mel is at that place in her life where she's saying, wait a minute. No. Wait a minute. You will no longer make a fool out of me anymore. Yes. Now I get to choose. Mel saying, I get to choose, not you. I get to choose what goes on in my life. I get to choose what's calling me stress. And I'm going to tell y'all something. I had to do that. I was so stressed out one time till I had to get a paper. I got a paper on one side. I put legitimate reason to be stressful. On the other side of the paper, I put illegitimate reason not to be stressed, not to be stressed. Yeah. But what I did was I wrote down everything that I knew that was legitimate to be stressed, like a sick child, right? Or like we trying to change a career choices. You know, we get stressed out, but we gotta ride that journey because we know it's gonna take us to another level. So we might get stressed out or might get stressed out about a job. But when I realized that my Martell was 90% of my stress, he had to go, y'all. I swear for God, that man I was with. I had to write it down to see the clear picture of it. That's just how absorbed I was into his drama. It was him. 90%. When I got rid of that man, 90% of my stress was gone. So that's what Mel did. She chose herself. She chose peace, y'all. You trying to talk about peace, having peace. You got to have that peace, y'all. You don't get no more attention from me. You don't get no kind of supply from me anymore. I couldn't care less. That's what she telling this man. Anyway, y'all, good night.
Anytime I give y'all some, y'all go over it, go back and read about York. You got to look up the Lewis and Clark expedition and type in York. Yeah, or go through your Googles and Google in York from the Lewis and Clark expedition and read up on that explorer. Read up on it. Tell your kids about them, because when they go to school, they're going to mention Lewis and Clark, but they're not going to mention the black guy that really, really, really led them through a successful expedition. Thank you guys for everything, and good night. And thank y'all. I see y'all comments about my little hair. Thank y'all so much. Good night, y'all. Good night.